We just picked up something at the mailbox today. We got another quick little tool accessory review right after this. I'm Rick, and this shut the heck up, you stinking roosters. Bow up for your sanity. This is the shack. Hello and welcome back to the shack. Yeah, in this video, I just picked something up in the mailbox, opened it up, wasn't sure exactly what it is. When I opened it up, like, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. So we have a tool accessory review. What I have today is the Woodpecker Stabilmax. It is an additional little base plate to put on your handheld trim router. A trim router, basically I use mine, or the one I used to have, an old Stanley, that was kind of their version of a trim router. Basically when you put Formica or something on cabinet tops or on a surface, a hung over trim router to go around and trim and flush trim that to the cabinet. Worked out great. Then you go back a little angle, cut it smooth, boom, done. You got a nice, good Formica top. I've done it on my in-law. When they moved, they had a countertop in the washroom that was awful worn out, so I put a whole new piece on there. Used the flush trim router, go around the edges, flushed it up, went back and angled it with the little file just to smooth off that sharp edge. Looked beautiful, looked like it came factory just like that. The issues with those are when you go around sometime, if you're not careful, they'll teeter a bit. Let's face it, your trim routers don't have the widest base, and that's because they're made for tight area and just mainly handheld. It's just a quick way to trim something without having the big bulky router. So they're not always the most stable. This, because I am not on job no more, I'm really pushing stuff away. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm getting to the point where I want to do nothing, but I do more in the shop. I really want to give this YouTube channel a chance to really grow, but I'm not there yet to 100% focused on here yet. When I move, I will be doing no more, and it will be full on 2 or 3 videos a week maybe, working in the shop. But we'll see how that goes, but that's my ultimate goal. I want to use the trim router on things, but let's face it, we're not, maybe as we age, that's just a fact of life, unfortunately, but I am aware of that. So people say things about some of the tools I have. I've sacrificed all my life. I was always put last. I made sure my family had a roof over their head, clothes on the back, shoes on the feet, food on the table. That was priority. If I had to go hungry, fine, but they were taken care of first. That's the way I am. That's how I was raised. We men, we sacrifice for our family. We take care of our family. So now that I have sacrificed all those years, I can, and I have been awarded somewhat, some luxury, some ability to have some nicer tools that I don't have to sacrifice. And with the age, I am gearing myself so I can still maintain a certain level of accuracy, certain level of craftsmanship as I still age. And part of that is having certain tools that help me in that to continue as long as I can until I can't no more. And that is what this is going to help me with. A smaller trim router, I can still use it, but maybe I'm not as stable. I lose a little bit of strength. It may wobble. This is going to help me keep it level as I do the work, and will keep that level of craftsmanship, my accuracy up here still. That's what it's all about for me now. So I'm going to readjust camera. We're going to check this out, and we're going to apply it to my little trim router, and that's going to be it. So this is what I got, these Woodpeckers Stabilmax. Basically, you got the owner's manual here. Kind of gives you all the different routers and the different patterns for different routers. You got the wall. Can't read upside down. Makita, Porter Cable, Rigid, Ryobi, Bosch, and Bosch Colt. And then you have the trim router base itself in this little package. That's how it came. So I'm going to get out my Milwaukee, which isn't even listed on there. And I put a larger base on it when I first got it, just because I didn't like small ones, so it gives me a little more, but that does kind of limit me. And if you look at this, it's smaller, which would help me get into tighter corners, but has this added area here to help give me stability. Like, see? Smaller. This is the original plate that was on there, the small one. I can't believe they didn't put Milwaukee on there. Well, that bites butt. And I think they had a Milwaukee on there. Look at the difference. That was the original. That's what I put on from the original. It's a little bit bigger. So it's between the original small one and the larger one that I put on, the accessory one. So I'm curious where my holes are going to be. You know what? Let me see if I can find the on here that line up to it. So if this is on here, I can just spin this around. Those line up. That one lines up. This one doesn't line up. So I got 3, but I don't have 4. Maybe you're only supposed to have 3 at a time. That one doesn't. Nope, too far off. Oh, there we go. I found him. So this way, let me get that one there. There it is. These 4 holes match. So it's basically these 4 here. These 2, these 2. So those are my 4 holes that work. Yay! So why don't they have that on the plate, Milwaukee? But that's where this fits. And hopefully that's going to be, that looks pretty center, so that's good. All right, that will work. So we need a Phillips. I'm going to go get a Phillips and let's change this out. So let me take these 4 out. Okay, so if I'm having it that way, and it's normally like that, and the power is on there, so I'm going to go this way with it. I want this that way with it, I guess. I'm guessing. I'm hoping. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm thinking. If that will fit just like that, perfect. So it's got it on that one. Make sure that lines up. That lines up. Ooh, it all lines up. Looks good. I like it when the plan comes up. And I can move that if it's not the way I think it is once I try to use it. If I want to have that angle somewhere else. There it goes. If you have a Milwaukee, you got her made. It still fits. Why it doesn't say they're on there, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Always go back first, make sure that click. I don't want to cross thread this. Now one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put everything on, then we're going to get this centered. Oops. Okay, so everything's just snug. So they have this little centering thing that comes with it, and I may have to go get my guide bushings set in here and make sure that that's centered. Actually, I'm going to have to. There we go. Okay, it fits that one, so I need this one. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let me put this on there. Perfect. Well, that ain't gonna work. I gotta take the dust collection off. There we go. Now I can reach in here, put the guide bushing on here. There we go. Guide bushing in there. Now I can put this back on the router. There we go. Now I can get this adjusted where that's slips. There it is. Now that's perfect right there. So I'm gonna lock that in. That's good. Guide bushings in there. Actually, I'm gonna tighten that down. Doesn't be locked in, but I'm gonna tighten it down. There. Okay, now that's in there. So I'm gonna loosen this up again. I see you got that much movement. So it's centered on there, so I'm just going to get these centered and I'm going to tighten that down. At least it's centered now. If I go to do any guide bushing work, I will double check and make any adjustments if necessary, because nothing saying that this will never move. There we go. Cool. Now, if I can get this unloosed. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to have to use a tool. I got too tight. There we go. There you have it. That's dead centered now. So now, take this off. Take that out. Now I can go in here. This is the only thing. This is really difficult to get in here. But if I ever need it, use this small one on something like that, it's ready, and that guide bushing. And that's all set. That's dead centered. This can go on here now. Lock it in. Now when I turn it on, off, turn it on, and I grab it, because this is how I like to grab it. I got this side for stability, and I can do what I need to do. So the last thing I need to do, where'd that screw go, is put the handle on, and I am finito. Sweet. And the dust collection will still fit on there. Dust collection, stability. Oh yeah, even though I will go around like that and do what I have to do, when I get to those corners, I grab onto it, go around the corner, and then continue. That completes this little tool accessory review. You don't have to see me doing this. You know what it's about. It'll work. Basically, route it. When I get to the corner, it won't wobble. With one hand, I got one hand holding this down, using this as the pivot point, and allowing this to go around that edge so I can go back forth, make sure I got a straight line there, and then come back in another straight line here, so I got a good crisp, even flowing edge around this with my router bit. No flaws, no hiccups. We got it. We're good. And we are able to maintain that level of craftsmanship for years to come yet. That is it. We are done. Thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. Take back your shack. Build it! For your sanity. Never hurts to help your tools with some accessories that are going to help you even further down that winding road. Thanks again for watching. We will see you next video.